Good morning, I'm John Potter. Tough week, huh?
I'm Andy Guevara. Thank you for joining us. We do have an accident this morning involving numerous cars that we do want to tell you about. Landon Miller joins us live with the latest. Good morning to you, Landon.
Yeah, good morning, Andy. We are live this morning at the intersection of Green Bray and McCarran. Take a look at our Pinpoint 2 map to show you exactly where we are at this morning. NHP tells me that just after 3:30 this morning, they were called to an accident involving two different cars. And our live look right now is showing you that the two cars are still on scene here. The green Jeep you see right now being loaded onto the tow truck there. But however, take a look just a little bit over to your left. That is a box truck. What NHP telling us that the box truck was trying to turn left onto Green Bray this morning when that green Jeep ran the red light heading north on McCarran, striking the truck, causing the truck to flip over. Now let's talk a little bit about injuries. Two people were transported to the hospital. Their current conditions are not known. That would be the driver of the box truck as well as the driver of the green Jeep. Sparks Fire Department actually had to use the jaws of life on the green Jeep just to get the man out. And we will continue to follow this developing news as it continues throughout the morning, but obviously a very active scene this morning. What NHP is telling me that it'll take about an hour to 2 hours to clean up the scene, especially because that box truck, John and Andy, is flipped on its side. Apparently they're going to have to unload all of the cargo before it can be towed, a process that's expected to take upwards of 2 hours. So if you do use McCarran, especially during your morning commute, just be aware of that. Just to clarify that the northbound lanes of McCarran are closed this morning. Southbound, one travel lane is open.
Okay, thank you for that update, Landon. Green Bray and McCarran, those are the areas you got to look out for.
That's terrible. Somebody just running the red light out of nowhere. Somebody gets hit like that. Before we get to more news, let's check outside. Meteorologist Jeff Martinez. Good morning, Jeff.
Hey, hi, John and Andy. Happy Friday to you. It's going to be a nice day today, warmer than yesterday. We'll have a high today of 52 degrees and a nice weekend on the way. We'll talk about that coming right up. Good morning.
All right, another news at 4:32. Two men have been hospitalized after they say somebody broke in to their Sparks home and beat them up.
And now police are asking for help finding a suspect. What happened? Well, officers say around 5:15 last night, they responded to a home in the 900 block of 19th Street. And they found two men there with extensive injuries, so bad they were taken to the hospital for treatment. No word on if anything was taken, but investigators say they do not have a suspect description at this time. So anyone with information is being asked to call detectives at 353-2225 or secret witness at 322-4900.
And Sparks police have a man in custody accused of abusing two children. 37-year-old David Loy Roberts is charged with nearly a dozen counts of lewdness with a child under 14 and one count of sexual assault. Police began investigating him after the victims came forward. He surrendered to police and is being held without bail.
And home burglaries are on the rise in Carson City, many of them while residents are away and during the day. Now, the Carson City Sheriff's Office says suspects may be going through neighborhoods looking for easy targets. They're casing you. Several of the reports have been along the west side of Carson City on West Winnie Lane and Washington Streets. Deputies say one resident on Bath Street had an encounter with two suspicious people back in November. They say a woman claimed to be with a utility company to get into her backyard. If you'd like to report any suspicious activity in Carson City, you can call 887-2008. And if you have information, you can contact detectives at 887-2020. And for tips on protecting your home, you can click on the blue News Links button at KTVN.com.
And Washoe County detectives are looking for a vehicle that could be connected to a recent burglary in Verdi. It's a gold Dodge Durango with custom wheels and a black roof rack. Deputies say this truck may have been used in a home burglary on Hirsch Road. That's surveillance photo of the vehicle. If you can help detectives find it, call 328-3320 or secret witness at 322-4900.
And DNA from a gruesome Reno murder decades ago now links the crime to the so-called Gypsy Hill murders. Those happened in San Mateo County back in 1976. Rodney Halbauer's DNA was found on a cigarette butt at the crime scene where Michelle Mitchell's body was found nearly 39 years ago, all near the University of Nevada campus. And Halbauer is charged with the murder of 18-year-old Veronica Cascio and 17-year-old Paula Baxter from San Mateo County. The 66-year-old Halbauer was also convicted of a 1976 rape in Nevada. He was paroled in 2013 and then transferred to Oregon, where he's now serving time for previous violent crimes. Detectives say they want to solve these crimes to bring closure to the victims' families.
Their lives are never the same after that. Their emotional life has been shaken so severely that they didn't get to progress a normal life as most of us get to.
Now, you might remember that woman in the photo there is Kathy Woods. She confessed to Michelle Mitchell's murder in 1979 and was convicted twice. But in September, she was released because of these latest developments involving Halbauer and his DNA.
Well, I see there on the screen we're at 25 degrees right now, but I got to say there's no wind at all.
That's true, very still.
Not that bad. Meteorologist Jeff Martinez, good morning.
Yeah, hi John and Andy, good
Hi.
morning. At least here on the valley floor, the winds are calm. They'll stay calm throughout the day today, but if you're heading up in the higher elevations, we do have a little breeze up there right now. Slide Mountain winds in the 20-mile-an-hour range. It's a little breezy today in the higher elevations, not too bad here on the valley floor, and we'll start to warm it up just a little bit more today. Yesterday, definitely kind of a cooler day out there with the cloud cover. We only made it up to 44 degrees. Today, I'm looking for highs to be back up in the 50s, so we'll start to warm it back up a little bit today. But in the meantime, it is cold out there, 25 degrees as we have an incoming flight at the Reno-Tahoe International Airport. Pretty cool. Check that out. 25 degrees here in Reno, 17 in Lovelock, 21 in Fallon. So some cold temperatures to start your day, but nice this afternoon. I think we'll see a little more sunshine than we had yesterday. Definitely a cloudy day yesterday as a little system passed through the area to the north of us. Today, high pressure starts to build back up for us, so we'll clear things out with sunny skies expected. Cold in the morning, but not too bad by this afternoon. A high of 52 degrees. Wait till you see the 7-day forecast. Of course, includes this weekend. Our temperatures really start to warm up. That's your latest weather. I'll be back in just a few minutes with another check on it. Back to you, Andy and John. Have a good Friday. Back to you.
Yeah, we want to see that weekend and the 7-day forecast coming up. Thank you, Jeff. And School Watch this morning. Last night, Washoe County Interim Superintendent Tracy Davis delivered their State of Education address. The topic was the word success, as in raising last year's graduation rate to a record high of 73%, which is 153 more students than in 2013. Davis attributed the increase to the different programs they offer, from after-school tutoring to online schooling.
Every kid's unique, every kid's different, so we want to make sure we're providing opportunities for a variety of learners.
Well, the district is now looking ahead to the upcoming legislative session, which starts next month. It's set to introduce Senate Bill 19. That would authorize school boards to give advisory ballot questions to voters, and that way the public decides school issues instead of the school boards themselves. In addition, they're also hoping to get funding for capital improvements and new schools.
That's pretty good. Now, you might remember yesterday we told you about a new plaque that was unveiled in honor of the tragic plane crash in Reno that killed 70 people back in 1985. Now, unfortunately, the new plaque has a major typo. Now take a look. You'll see up in the right corner, the new plaque reads Flight 205, when in fact it was Flight 203. Washoe County tells us they are aware of the mistake and they're working to get it fixed.
All right, what has become known as Deflategate is grabbing the attention from Nevada's senators. A report showing that the game balls used by the New England Patriots in their win over the Indianapolis Colts on Sunday had less error in them than allowed by the NFL. Well, Senator Dean Heller said the league should quickly address the issue. He says while representing Nevada, the only state with legal sports betting, it's important the integrity of the game is never questioned. And Senator Harry Reid had some harsh words of his own.
I can't believe the National Football League, with the billions of dollars they make, couldn't at least determine how much air should be in a football.
Both quarterback Tom Brady, boy, he didn't do himself any favors yesterday, huh? Saying it's not ISIS, kind of minimizing this thing. And head coach Bill Belichick says they had nothing to do with the tampering of the footballs.
And looking to our community now, friends and neighbors are banding together to help a young man who lost both of his parents to crime, and they're asking for your help. 11-year-old Alex Pancake's mother was stabbed to death last November. His father is accused of the murder and is currently in jail. And young Alex is now living with family in Michigan.
Emotionally, he is just going through probably the worst emotional roller coaster that you could imagine.
hard to even try to imagine. His medical and psychological bills are adding up, and so those who knew him are organizing a fundraiser for him. It's an aerobathon at Sports West in Reno. It's this Saturday from 10:30 to 12:30. All proceeds will go to Alex Pancake. There's also a Move Your Mountain fundraiser for him online, and we have all those details for you at KTVN.com.
Also in our community, the nonprofit that helps children who are visiting Northern Nevada for hospital treatments celebrated the opening of a new kitchen. It's the Ronald McDonald House. They held a ribbon cutting for its renovated kitchen at the home on Main Street, named in honor of Steve Brennan, who helped bring more than $1 million in donations for the cause. And they say this upgrade is going to be a big help.
When they're through at the hospital at the end of the day, they don't have to look around for a restaurant to eat, and they come back here and they have dinner. We have dinners prepared by volunteers probably 90% of the nights. They'll come back and have a hot meal here. And that's invaluable.
You know, oh, that's a nice kitchen. And kitchens are expensive too, so 8 companies made donations to help the new kitchen become a reality.
And do you have what it takes to shine on the big screen? If so, you're asked to come out and audition for a potential role in a documentary. It's happening. The auditions are tomorrow from 3 until 6 o'clock at the Integrity Casting Studios. They're located on Washington Street in Reno. All ages are welcome, but if you're a minor, you must be accompanied by an adult. And what is it for? Well, you're auditioning for the Weather Channel's documentary on the Donner Party. Era attire is welcome, but not required. We have plenty of actors here in town.
We could do that. We should audition for the Donner Party movie.
Well, we have all these
I'm a feeling mighty hungry.
Oh, I think you got a new job.
You got some nice beefy legs on you. What do you think?
Ow!